Hi, I'm Kristen Powell with theUsborneShop.com, and I have amazing 2018 titles to show you. I've picked out a selection of books that are captivating my fifth grade boy. He's 11. I also have a third grader who is 9 and twins who are 7. So what I'm going to show you are books that I think will capture an 11-year-old and up into the middle school ages. But I also believe that these books are good for the third grade and up age range. So, these books are going to last for a few years. And as you probably know about Usborne and K. Miller books, the quality is outstanding. Hard covers, perfect bindings that last, known in the industry for the highest quality paper, much thicker than the standard paper you're going to see in other books that you're going to pick off the shelf at a bookstore. So let's get started. This one is a favorite already, A Short History of the World by Usborne. Look in here. The history of the world with these illustrations on every page, many of them with these pops of color, guaranteed to keep your child turning the pages, to keep reading. We're going to go through ancient civilizations, this one, all over the world. Let me show you the table of contents in just a second. But the early modern world here. Huge overview of history. You guys, I learned things. I have a history degree, and I learned things about the ancient world that I'd forgotten. Let me show you the table of contents. This is just, I think, a book that every family needs to have in their home. Can you believe that? How cool. It just makes it really fun, a really fun overview. This one is $14.99. Another really great overview that I think every home needs to have is Understanding Politics and Government. This book is fantastic. It's got this really great overview of government here. You can see types of government, political systems, how does it work in America, how is America different from the rest of the world, political philosophies. But then one of my favorite parts is over here, the big questions section. This one's going to talk about, what is terrorism? Why are some countries poor countries? Am I a feminist? What do we need to be concerned about with the media and how it has an effect on politics? And I just want to show you the page on the question, am I a feminist? Because I think it's a great example of what you're going to get in this book. They have a great definition. This is not how my dad would have defined feminist, but anyone who wants to make sure that women have the same rights as men. They would define as someone who's a feminist. And so it's got all these great questions to ask about that. How does the media affect politics? And they've got questions for discussion of how do you see politics popping up and the challenges that you see in social media or on the news. What is freedom of speech? Why is that important? What's the difference between capitalism and socialism? I just think this is a book that every home needs to have. Engaging all this nonfiction information broken up into these bite-sized chunks of text that keep your child's eye moving across the page, keep them engaged in the subject matter. This is what Usborne is known for. This is classic Usborne nonfiction. I love, love, love this book. And I don't have a price on this one for you because this is the library binding, so it doesn't come with a price on the back, but you can look it up on my website. Also nonfiction that I want you to see, this Lift the Flag periodic tables. This is a board book, these really thick board pages, and I know it's hard to see on the video, but it is covered in flaps. So your child, your older child, will treasure this book because of the engaging way that it is going to talk about the periodic table of elements and the ways that they get to learn about chemistry. We haven't even opened all the flaps on here, so it's a little bit hard to show you, but just so many different things to open and look at. Oops, going off the screen. It's really just a beautiful book for your budding chemist, anybody who just wants to learn more about chemistry. If you're a homeschooler, I think this is a must-have. Isn't it beautiful? This one's $14.99. So great. We also have these wonderful hardcover reference books, classical music and famous composers. And I just want to show you inside. They all have these QR links now, and so if you have a QR link reader on your phone or tablet, you can scan that and you can hear a sample of the music that the page is talking about. Full color throughout, really nice thick pages, really a wonderful, wonderful. Again, these are must-haves for every home's bookshelf. And those are only $9.99 each. How fun is that? This one's really new for your naturalist, the Bug Hotel. You can build one at home, and this one is going to give you their cute little flaps, a little peek inside, little nonfiction information about, you've probably seen these. I see these popping up at boutiques all over the place, these cute little bug hotels, but we're going to make our own this summer. And again, I know it's hard to tell, but there are flaps on all of these pages with more information. How cool is that? See? Love that one. My 11-year-old curled up with this book. We have a whole series of these, 100 Things to Know About History, 100 Things to Know About Food, and he curled up with this and read it straight through for about an hour yesterday. Absorbed the whole thing, asked him if he'd learned a bunch, and he was like, yeah. And then that was all he said. Boys. But really, this series of books is fantastic. 100 Things to Know About Science. Just type in 100 Things to Know into the search bar on the website, and you will be able to see this whole series. Fantastic. It's a flexi cover, very durable. This means you can leave it on the floor of their room. They can step on it, and it's going to be just fine. Promise. Okay, while we're doing nonfiction, I want to show you the Bear Grylls collection. My kids are obsessed with Bear Grylls, the 6-year-olds all the way up to my 5th grader. We've got these huge, these are $12.99, these big hardcover. Extreme Planet and Survival Camp are the largest of the books. Man, so many pages. Full color throughout, tons of nonfiction information. This one's all about survival. Bear Grylls has that TV show Man vs. Wild, a couple other TV shows, super popular right now. He's really an outstanding personality. My husband and I think he's a great role model for our kids and his positive attitude and the way he handles all of the stress and all of the challenges that he comes across. And so we have those two large formats, but then we have this really great, cute little survival skills handbook that has this lovely little bookmark. And in here, there's like a whole section on camping. There's a whole section on what you can build an igloo, how to use a knife, food for the outdoors. Try to get this closer for you. But then there's like a whole section on building, navigating, but then knots. This is what my 9-year-old spent a ton of time with, is all these pages and pages of how to tie knots. And he just loved it. Dangers and emergencies, what to do, dangerous animals, venom, how to get water. Super interesting. Survival handbook. I love this one. This one's $12.99. Then we have a whole series of fiction. These are only $4.99. Some of them there is a male hero. Some of them there's a female heroine. I think there's a set of 4 right now. Illustrations scattered throughout different settings, but you can. That's the Bear Grylls Adventures. And then also for $4.99 we have these really great full color activity books. So these, my 5th grader, these are a little young for him, but these are right up the alley for my 9-year-old, and then definitely the 7-year-olds to be able to. There's stickers that come in here. Just a really great colorful activity book, right, to be a companion with all of these other great Bear Grylls. There's 4 different kinds of these, and we love.